Hey guys, HDV here, and welcome back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon video. With the new 7th generation games, we've been blessed with a bunch of brand new Pokemon with amazing new abilities, moves, and of course, evolutions. We all know that every Pokemon has a type, or dual typing, and whilst most of them make sense in the Pokemon world, a few Pokemon have slipped through the realms of reality and just seem a little too weird. Pokemon Sun and Moon were no different, introducing a few new Pokemon whose types just don't seem to match up with the design very well at all. With all of that being said, today's video takes a look at 5 typings that make no sense in Pokemon Sun and Moon across all of the new Pokemon released. Of course, this is all my own opinion, and so if you don't agree with my list after watching the video, then please leave your suggestions in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this topic. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. Starting things off and claiming the number 5 spot in today's top 5 video is Galicipod. Galicipod is a large, menacing arthropod Pokemon in a hunched over humanoid posture. It has a light purplish inner body generously armoured with a silvery exoskeleton. Galicipod's bright purple antennae converge with its mouthparts on the front of its relatively small head, forming a sort of mask between its two eyes. Galicipod is a dual typing of water and bug, and I can see why its pre-evolution Wimpod has this typing. But Galicipod is said to be based on the giant isopod with the armor of a samurai. The armor of a samurai particularly jumps out at me, and because of this, I feel that this new Pokemon should have been a dual typing of bug and dark, seeing as there's not really any correlation between a samurai and water. This typing would have made more sense to seeing as Galicipod can already learn a handful of dark type moves, such as Sucker Punch, Fling, Payback, Taunt, Snarl, and Dark Pulse. I really do think that a dual typing of Bug and Dark would have been really cool to see on this Pokemon, and so because of all of these reasons, Galicipod takes the number 5 spot in today's top 5 video. Coming in at the number 4 spot in today's top 5 video is Laurentis. Laurentis is an insectoid Pokemon with some plant-like features. The top half of its head is pink, while the bottom half is white. It has light red eyes and 2 green antennae with a small green lump between them. There are 4 extensions to the top half of its head, 2 on the top with red tips that resemble ears, and 1 on each side with white tips that are similar to stylized hair. Now, Laurentis is a pure grass type Pokemon, and I really cannot see why. It is based off an orchid mantis, so why is this Pokemon not a bug type when it's literally an insect? Laurentis even gets access to a bunch of bug type moves, such as Leech Life, X-Scissor, and Fury Cutter, but that's not even the main problem. Its design even looks like a bug too. There's so many similarities between this Pokemon and an insect that I can't really see any reason why Game Freak decided to go with a grass typing for this Pokemon instead. It really boggles my mind. For all of these reasons, Laurentis takes the number 4 spot in today's top 5 video. Coming in at the halfway point and claiming the number 3 spot in today's top 5 video is Hillego, or however you pronounce it, I still don't know. Hillego is an ultra beast which resembles a jellyfish. It is mostly white and has tentacles shaped like the hair, dress, and legs of a girl. The top of its head is a bell that resembles a sun hat. The bell is transparent save for 6 pointed stars around the crown, and the brim has a blue edge. The ends of the hair fly out, resembling arms, and the outer tentacles of the dress have 2 bubbles inside. Now, believe it or not, but this Pokemon is actually a dual typing of Poison and Rock. Yes, you heard it, Poison and Rock. This jellyfish is Poison and Rock. Fair enough, I get where the poison type comes from, seeing as some jellyfish have millions of very small stinging cells in their tentacles called nematocysts. These cells are used to capture food by injecting toxin into the prey. But the Rock type? Surely it would have made much more sense for Game Freak to make this Pokemon a dual typing of water and poison instead. You know, since jellyfish actually live in water. I was honestly shocked the first time I came across this Pokemon during my first playthrough of Pokemon Sun, and it still makes me wonder now why this Ultra Beast has been given this dual typing. For all of these reasons, Hillego takes the number 3 spot in today's top 5 video. Coming in at the number 2 spot in today's top 5 video, we have another Ultra Beast, Ferramosa. Ferramosa is an Ultra Beast mostly resembling an anthropomorphic feminine cockroach. It has a thin build and is mostly white. It has a segmented body having 5 segments dividing its torso. Ferramosa has a long and narrow neck and a small semicircular face. It has narrow white eyes with a purple iris and blue pupils. Ferramosa has long, thin legs suited for running and kicking, with golden pads at the joints. Its feet consist of two twin-like structures, rather resembling high-heeled shoes. Now, just like Buzzwole, Ferramosa is a dual typing of Bug and Fighting. And fair enough, I can see why Buzzwole has this typing. It's buff as hell. But Ferramosa? I understand the Bug typing, seeing as it's based off a feminine cockroach, but this Pokemon doesn't really strike me as the fighting type. To me, a much more suitable typing for this Pokemon would have been a dual typing of Bug and Fairy, or Bug and Psychic, especially because this Pokemon's design is tailored much more to these typings instead of the Bug and Fighting that it actually got. Simply because of the design of this Pokemon not looking like the typing that it received, Ferramosa takes the number 2 spot in today's top 5 video. Finishing things off and taking the number 1 spot in today's top 5 video is the Lycanroc Midnight form. In its Midnight form, Lycanroc resembles a slouched bipedal wolf or werewolf. It has short red fur with white on its lower legs and a white streak that covers its face, underbelly and tail. It has pointed, button ears with black tips, 3 large tufts of fur on each side of its face, a triangular black nose and a mouth full of sharp teeth. So Lycanroc's Midnight form is just a pure rock type. And I can see where the rock type comes from, all that's good and dandy, but what I want to know is that why isn't this Pokemon also a part dark type? It's literally a werewolf and you have to evolve it at night. You think that it would make pretty good sense to give this new Pokemon a dual typing of Dark and Rock. Lycanroc also learns a handful of dark moves too, such as Bite, Crunch, Taunt, Snarl and Sucker Punch, so the stab is already there. To me, I just feel like the combination of the glowing red eyes, the sharp teeth, the fact that it's a werewolf, and also that it can only evolve at night all add together to make pretty good sense that this Pokemon should have been given a dual typing of Rock and Dark. But unfortunately, we know that this wasn't the case. For all of these reasons, Lycanroc's Midnight form takes the number 1 spot in today's top 5 video. But with that, wraps up this video. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. If you did enjoy the video though, please leave a like, I'd really appreciate it. Like I said at the start of the video, I would also love to hear your guys' opinions too on this subject, so be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I have a couple top 5s coming onto your screen in a second, so be sure to give them a watch if you have the time. And also subscribe if you like my content. That's everything from me though, so thanks for watching guys, have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.